What happens the day your investment account crosses $1 million? Nothing explodes, no confetti falls from the ceiling, no alarm goes off on your phone. And yet, everything changes. The way you check your bank account changes. The way you sleep at night changes. Even the way you argue with your spouse about money changes. This is Knox, and today we are breaking down exactly why money hits different after $1 million invested. Not saved, not sitting in a checking account collecting dust. Invested, growing, compounding while you sleep. If you are serious about building real wealth through smart automated systems, hit that like button right now and subscribe to this channel because we drop videos just like this one every single week, showing you exactly how ordinary people are quietly building extraordinary portfolios. Now let's get into why crossing that seven-figure mark changes absolutely everything. Let's start with the number itself, because $1 million is not just a big number. It is a threshold. It is the point where your money stops being a pile of savings and starts being a machine. Here's the simple math that most people never actually sit down and calculate. If you have $1 million invested in a diversified portfolio earning a conservative 7% average annual return, that is $70,000 a year without you lifting a finger. That is not a bonus. That is not a side hustle. That is your money working a full-time job while you are asleep, while you are on vacation, while you are watching this video right now. And that is the first thing that hits different. Time itself changes meaning. Before $1 million, time equals money. You trade hours for dollars. You clock in, you clock out, and if you stop working, the income stops too. After $1 million invested, money equals time. The portfolio keeps producing whether you show up or not. That single shift from trading hours for dollars to owning an asset that pays you regardless is the entire foundation of financial independence. But the changes go deeper than math. Let's talk about the psychological shift, because this is the part nobody prepares you for. Before hitting seven figures, most people check their bank account with a small knot in their stomach. There is a background hum of financial anxiety that never fully goes away. Even for people who are doing well, you wonder if you are behind. You compare yourself to friends buying houses, co-workers driving new cars, influencers online who seem to have it all figured out. After $1 million invested, something strange happens. The anxiety does not disappear completely, but it changes shape. It stops being about survival and starts being about optimization. You are no longer asking, can I afford this? You are asking, is this the smartest use of my capital? That is a completely different mental game, and it is a much calmer one to play. Here is something most people do not talk about. Reaching $1 million invested does not usually happen overnight, and it rarely happens by accident. It happens through automation, automatic contributions to a brokerage account, automatic transfers into index funds, automatic reinvestment of dividends. The people who cross this threshold are not the ones checking stock prices every hour. They are the ones who built a system, stepped back, and let time and compound interest do the heavy lifting. This is the core philosophy behind everything we teach on this channel. Automation removes emotion from investing, and emotion is the #1 wealth killer. When markets crash, automated investors keep buying. When markets are euphoric, automated investors do not chase hype because their system already has a plan. The $1 million mark is often less about picking the perfect stock and far more about surviving your own worst instincts long enough for compounding to take over. Now let's talk about lifestyle, because this is where the myths really start to break down. A lot of people assume that hitting $1 million invested means private jets, designer clothes, and a completely different life overnight. In reality, most millionaires do not look like millionaires. Studies on self-made wealth consistently show that a large percentage of people who cross this threshold still drive normal cars, live in normal homes, and shop at normal grocery stores. The difference is not visible from the outside. The difference is invisible, and it lives inside their brokerage statement. What actually changes is optionality. You can say no to a job you hate. You can take a slower path if your industry gets disrupted. You can help a family member without wrecking your own future. You can retire early, or you can keep working simply because you want to, not because you have to. That freedom to choose is what money hitting different actually means. It is not about spending more. It is about needing less permission from the world to live your life the way you want. Let's break down what actually shifts once that seven-figure number appears on your screen. Number 1, risk tolerance changes. When you have $1 million invested, a 10% market drop is $100,000 on paper. That sounds terrifying, but seasoned investors at this level understand something crucial. Paper losses are not real losses unless you sell. The portfolio is built for decades, not for the next quarterly earnings report. Understanding this is the difference between panic selling at the bottom and calmly holding through the storm. Number 2, spending behavior changes, but not in the way most people expect. Many people who reach this milestone actually become more disciplined with money, not less. Watching compound interest do its work firsthand teaches a lesson that no financial book can fully replicate. Every unnecessary dollar spent today is a dollar that will not compound for the next 20 years. That awareness sharpens spending habits instead of loosening them. Number 3, conversations about money change. Before reaching this milestone, money talk often centers around bills, debt, and getting by. After crossing 7 figures, the conversation shifts toward tax efficiency, estate planning, asset allocation, and generational wealth. The entire vocabulary around money evolves because the stakes and the strategy evolve with it. Number 4, and this one surprises people the most, stress about small purchases disappears almost entirely. A $12 coffee, a $50 dinner, a weekend trip with friends. These decisions stop requiring mental math and stop causing guilt, not because the money does not matter, but because the portfolio has already been built to handle life's normal expenses without derailing long-term goals. Now, here is the part that ties this entire video back to why automation matters so much. Reaching $1 million invested is rarely the result of a single brilliant decision. It is almost always the result of hundreds of small, boring, automated decisions, repeated consistently over 10, 15, or 20 years. Automatic paycheck contributions, automatic index fund purchases, automatic dividend reinvestment, automatic rebalancing once or twice a year. The people who reach this number are not gambling on the next big stock tip. They are running a system that does not depend on motivation, willpower, or perfect market timing. This is exactly why building financial automation into your life, even with small amounts starting today, matters so much more than waiting until you feel like you have enough money to start investing seriously. And here's the encouraging part. You do not need to already be wealthy to start building this system. You need consistency. Someone investing $400 a month into a diversified portfolio, earning an average 7% return, will cross $1 million in a little over 30 years. Someone investing $800 a month can cross that same threshold in roughly 22 years. The exact number depends on your contribution rate, your returns, and your timeline, but the pattern is always the same. Time in the market combined with consistent automated contributions is what actually builds 7-figure portfolios. Not luck, not perfect timing, not a single winning trade. So when people say money hits different after $1 million invested, what they really mean is this. The number changes your relationship with fear. It changes your relationship with time. It changes how loudly financial stress speaks into your everyday decisions. But it does not usually change your character, and it should not change your discipline. If anything, discipline is exactly what got you there in the first place. And discipline is exactly what keeps that number growing long after you arrive. So here is the truth. $1 million invested is not a finish line. It is a shift in gears. It is the moment your money stops following you and starts leading the way, quietly working in the background while you live your life. The good news is you do not need to already have that number to start thinking like someone who does. Automate your contributions. Stay consistent. Let compounding handle the heavy lifting, and let time do what it does best. If this video gave you a clearer picture of what is actually waiting for you on the other side of 7 figures, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and drop a comment letting me know what number you are working toward right now. This is Knox, and I will see you in the next one.